Hey guys, Jonathan here for the Blue Wizard Project, just coming at you with the next part of my playthrough of Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. So just making my way through this next part of the castle here. Gonna do a little bit of jumping around in this video, backtracking a bit as I make my way to a few dead ends and whatnot, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I believe I'm gonna show you guys on the map in a little bit where I am, but yeah. Here in the clock tower, I believe this is on the far northeastern side of the castle. And I'm going to try to make my way through a bit of this part. Actually, later on in one of the playthroughs you guys will eventually see, I had to come back to this area a number of times. I can't remember if I said in the last video or not, but when I beat the game, I didn't get the best ending. There's actually 4 endings to this game that I didn't know. There is the bad ending. The okay ending, which is the one that I got normally without using any walkthroughs or anything like that. The good ending, and then the best ending. To get the best ending, you have to be wearing 2 items that you pick up throughout the course of the game. One is an item from Juice, and one is one from Maxim. You have to collect all of the pieces of Vlad. I believe in the European translation it might actually say Dracula. I don't know why I didn't put that together. So it's kind of like in Castlevania 2 when Ian was playing through it, and he had to pick up all of those items. So you'll see some of them throughout the game. The eye, I think I picked up like 3 or 4 of them on my own. You have to get all of those, and you also have to get all of the furniture and stuff for that room that I'm decorating. And if you get all of those and go to a certain room in a certain area of the castle, which I will not spoil right now, this wall right here actually you can see in that save room on the right hand side. Later on I have to go in there to get one of those items that I'm talking about. I can't remember if it's one of the body parts or if it's one of the furniture pieces, but that's in there. So I actually beat the game, finished Mega Man 9, started on Mega Man 10, and then realized that I didn't get all of those items and that there wasn't a better ending. So I went back and got them. I'll probably splice a little bit of that together into a bonus video for you guys once all of this is done, just so you can see the best ending. Actually, the last fight is not particularly hard. But yeah, it's alright. So I'll let you guys see that later. This is what happens when you're cursed in the game. I think I already said that in another video. It's kind of hard to remember because some of these videos I'm filming multiple times because like I'll get through the audio and I do it in just one shot because the videos are only like 15 minutes long. But I either don't like it or it didn't come out right or the audio quality is not great. So kind of all blends together, guys. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. This room is a bit weird because when I first got into it, it felt like, it's kind of hard to describe why, but it kind of felt like I was on like a moving, rotating platform. But you're actually not. You're just in a room that's, you know, black with this little light around you. But I think it's just because of the texture of the floor. Like there's those like grooves in the floor, and it kind of makes it look like the floor is rotating. But once you start hitting traps like that, spike traps, you quickly realize that's not the case. I don't actually know if there's a way to light up this room. I'm sure there probably is, but I never found out. I actually don't really remember going through this room more than maybe 1 or 2 times, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It's a little bit on the annoying side. Like that, it's kind of hard to see the spikes, especially when you do jumps. You're just doing like blind leaps of faith, but you get by. You get by. Yes, you can see where I am there on that map. Still just making my way through this part. So I'm pretty sure that by the end of all of this, there's going to be way more of these Castlevania videos than Ian's Mega Man 8 games, just because like this game took me a while. I don't know exactly how long this game took me to beat because I wasn't really paying attention, and I spent a lot of time backtracking that I cut out. Like there's going to be sections of the game where I just cut out like an hour of gameplay because nothing exciting happened. but just the nature of the games. Castlevania games are longer, generally, than Mega Man games. So, I have it a little bit easier than Ian on that. I think most Mega Man games you can clear in between 2 and 5 hours, depending on how good you are at them and how many end dungeons they have. You know, some of them you have to clear one castle and then Wily's castle after. So that takes a bit longer. Whereas Castlevania games, because of, especially now that Ian's getting into like the Metroidvania ones, it's going to take him a lot longer. So a lot of backtracking. Ian's videos, there end up being less of them. I'm trying to, like I said in past videos, I'm trying to cut my videos down to about 15 minutes. Just because I know, like, when I'm watching videos on YouTube, if it's a 30-minute one, even if I really want to watch it, I'll just, like, add it to my watch later and get around to it weeks later. Don't want you guys to have to do that. But just because of the nature of Castlevania games and to save time on editing as well, Ian's videos are a bit longer. Ian also shows you a bit more of his deaths and stuff like that in games. I generally tend to cut those out just to save time. Unless they were like really close or really funny or something like that. This game I actually didn't die that many times. There were a handful of bosses that I died at. Maybe, I think the most I died at a boss was like 2 or 3 times. And generally there was a save point right across the way, so I didn't have to redo much. And the last boss I don't think I ever died at. I could be wrong. Maybe I died one time. I don't remember, but I don't think I did. Mostly because I hoard my items like a motherfucker, and when it comes to the end, it's like I have like 17 elixirs and all full heals and stuff. And I think I used maybe most of my potions, or all of my potions, maybe 1 or 2 of my high potions, but I didn't even touch the elixirs that I was hoarding so badly. Generally in the game, I'd like crawl through the dungeon until I got back to a save point so I could heal myself without an item, but that's the way it goes. That's the way I use my items. Ian, in his Mega Man 8 videos, has been complaining like, Jonathan never uses his powers to get through, just as a Mega Buster. I don't know why I do that, guys. I don't know what it is. I don't like to use my items. So here I'm just going to like peek into some of these rooms and see which way looks the best to go through. These save rooms always look weird to me because up at the top there it always looks like you can jump up there, but there are a handful of them that have like hidden rooms off of them, but that is not one of them. Okay, we're coming up on a boss here. Oh, this guy. Alright, so this guy is the dude that went to college with Dracula and was like really big into like sports and stuff, but he was really crappy at playing them. But he was good for Dracula's school. Like, Dracula didn't go to a great like football school or basketball school, so this guy was on the sports team and like kind of had a big head about it, like, oh yeah, check me out, look at this shit, I can like spin in a ball like Sonic the Hedgehog and throw this water and shit like that. You can't do that shit, Dracula, blah blah. But like, their team was garbage. Like, they won like 1 game, and it was because the other team forfeit because like there was like an outbreak of like the flu at their school, and these are like his teammates. Like, what's up, bro? Dude, I heard this guy's giving you shit. Let's get him, bro. And they're all equally as cocky as this guy, but this guy's like the like captain of his team, and so he thinks he's good, but then as you see, he dies very easily. So not so much good at the sports. That's what I call them, the sports. Jump over that, because I don't want it. Go through this door. And I believe I'm going to turn back in this area, just because like there's a few areas that I missed before, and before I open up a whole new area of the castle, I want to make sure that I get those areas back at that like crossroad with the 3 spots, right? So that's where I'm back at here. And I'm going to continue on forward down here, see what I can find. Here's more of that guy's team. Fishman. Life must be hard for the Fishman because he doesn't have arms. So like, what happens if he like jumps up and slips and falls down? Like, unless he can do those like, you know, the thing where you like land on your back and like kick yourself up. Unless he can do that, he's kind of fucked because he can't just stand up. Okay, this item probably would have been better for me to get before that boss fight, but didn't really matter because he was kind of weak. I think part of this is because like I said, I already cut out like an hour video of me just kind of walking around the castle trying to find stuff, checking if my items unlocked anything, and I gained a few levels, so I think I'm actually slightly overpowered in this part. And here I'm just checking, is the Bluestone actually better than the Yellowstone? Which it very clearly is. It's doing like 20 extra damage almost. Or around 20 extra damage. I don't actually remember what it just said. It was like 40 something. At any rate, yeah, it is a better item. Have that equipped. And jump up here and save before I go down, because in a couple of my playthroughs I didn't do that and got really far and then had to like run back because I almost got myself killed. I don't really get why Dracula has like layers of sewer like this in his place. Here's also like the slimes, which is in every video game always the same, like kill the slime, turns into smaller slimes. Here's a glove. I think this is like Dracula's like power glove. Like he's like, oh, it's so bad. And like this is where he plays original Nintendo, like just Punch Out and Rad Racer. Hard gloves. I always feel like when I'm watching myself go through these menus that it takes forever, and it didn't really feel like that when I was playing the game, but watching it, it definitely does. I debated cutting all of those out of the videos just because like they're boring, but they're not long enough to warrant the transition, so sorry. Way down the sewer. And like, if this is a sewer, does that mean that water's like poop water? Or is it just like, is this just to like get water to him? Like, is this drinking water? Is he just wasting drinking water? This guy's not too hard. I believe this is a part with another, yeah, so this part of the wall annoys me. So behind that wall, like, I was like, oh, this wall looks suspicious. And I should know every time I think that there's actually something there. That happened in Mega Man 7, it's happened a few times in this game. That wall, as you can see, I jumped against it, but you actually have to double jump against it, and there's like an item behind there. I believe it's one of the pieces of Dracula, and I believe it's the one that raises your defense, which would have been nice to have. I could be wrong about that, but there is definitely an item behind there, and I was like, oh, there must be something later that will like push this wall back or blah blah. All I had to do was double jump. There's just literally an invisible hallway there. I was so pissed when I found that out, because I was like, damn it, I knew there was something here. I don't know how well Ian knows this game, so I'm just throwing that out there this time so he doesn't message me later like, when you double jump on that wall, you moron. Also, I can't tell if this blood is supposed to be part of this painting, or someone just sprayed blood on it later. Fuck you, painting. Take that. Could be either one, guys. You'll never know. Alright, and I think I'm going to wrap the video up after I pick up this heart. So yeah, went through a bit more of the castle, explored a few different branches, fought against the captain of the football team, and made my way to the end of this video. So I'll pick up with you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Follow along with the Blue Wizard Project on Facebook. You can check out our community page. Just look up the Blue Wizard Project. It'll be there. Leave us a message about anything. What did you think of the video? What do you think about the games? Just in general. How were the sports people at your school? For me, High school, our high school team was pretty arrogant about stuff usually, or at least the guys that I knew, even though our team was terrible. College, they were alright, and our women's team was way better than our men's team, but in terms of their personalities, they were fine. But what was your school like? How did it stack up to Dracula? Let us know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Jonathan for the Blue Wizard Project. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.